Every woman desires intimacy, but not in the way most men think. It's never just about looks, money, or flashy moves. What truly makes her crave closeness is something far more subtle, something psychological, emotional, and deeply sensual. A man who understands this secret doesn't need to chase women, because women are the ones who begin to lean in, longing for him, even before a single touch. Think about it. Have you ever wondered why some men, without even being the most handsome or richest in the room, can effortlessly make women feel a magnetic pull toward them? It's not luck. It's not magic. It's a skill, the ability to awaken a woman's emotions so deeply that her body naturally responds with desire. And once you learn this, everything about your relationships will change. In today's video, I'm going to reveal 5 powerful things men do that make women not just open to intimacy, but eager for it. These are not cheap tricks or shallow lines. These are timeless principles of psychology and attraction that tap into her deepest instincts. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to become the kind of man she cannot resist. The man who makes her heart race, her mind wander, and her body crave connection. So sit back, watch the video till the end with attention, because if you can master these 5 points, you will become unstoppable. Step 1. The magnetic force of presence. Presence is far more than simply being there. It is a subtle magnetic energy that communicates to a woman, "You are the most important thing in this moment." When a man masters the art of presence, he doesn't just occupy space. He fills the room with focused energy, calm confidence, and emotional attunement. His mind is clear, his attention undivided, and his body language perfectly aligned with his intent. He isn't distracted by phones, social media, or racing thoughts. He isn't hurrying or performing. Instead, he is fully absorbed in her, her expressions, her voice, her slightest movement. Every glance, every pause, every smile becomes a language of connection that bypasses words and speaks directly to her subconscious. Psychologically, this level of presence does something remarkable. It lowers her defenses and triggers desire. Women are naturally attuned to emotional energy, and when a man's energy communicates full focus and care, her body begins to respond instinctively. She feels safe, admired, and understood, feelings that are deeply arousing because they awaken both her emotional and sensual self. This is why a man who is present is often more attractive than a man with perfect looks or charm. It's the experience of being deeply seen that she craves. Presence also creates an unspoken rhythm between two people. The way he moves, the timing of his gestures, and the way he listens carefully without interruption build tension and anticipation. This tension is not rushed. It is deliberate and drawn out, which heightens her curiosity and desire. A simple, lingering look or a patient silence can create a magnetic pull stronger than any physical touch. Ultimately, when a man learns to embody presence, intimacy becomes inevitable. She doesn't need to be persuaded or coaxed. She feels an irresistible urge to connect because his attention makes her feel valued, desired, and alive. Presence, in its deepest form, is the silent signal that awakens both her heart and her body, a force that few men ever consciously master, but that drives desire like nothing else. Step 2. The subtle power of touch is one of the most primal and yet understood forms of communication between a man and a woman. Many men think that touch should always be bold, direct, and physical. But the truth is, What makes a woman's body respond most intensely is not aggressive touch, but subtle, intentional, and sensual touch. The kind that awakens her senses slowly, almost teasingly, until every nerve in her skin becomes alive with anticipation. When a man knows how to touch without rushing, he sends a powerful psychological message. I understand you, I respect you, and I know how to unlock your desires. A light brush of the fingers across her hand, the gentle placement of a palm on her back, or the soft tracing of her arm can ignite more chemistry than an impatient grab. Women respond to these smaller gestures because they feel more emotional than physical. Such touches are whispers to her subconscious, telling her that you see her as delicate, precious, and worthy of being cherished. What makes this so intoxicating is the timing. If you touch her in moments of deep conversation, laughter, or silence, the meaning intensifies. It no longer feels casual. It feels deliberate, intimate, and personal. The combination of emotional connection with physical sensation awakens her desire in ways words never could. Touch also creates a rhythm of escalation. At first it's gentle and barely noticeable. Then, with time, it deepens, a lingering hold, a playful graze, a protective embrace. Each layer builds upon the last, creating a crescendo of tension. By the time intimacy naturally unfolds, she isn't just willing, she's yearning for it, because her body has already been primed by the language of touch. Most importantly, sensual touch requires patience. Rushing kills the magic, but slowing down makes her imagination run wild. And when a woman's imagination is stirred, her body follows. This is why the man who learns the subtle art of touch never struggles to create intimacy. She becomes the one who craves it, because his touch doesn't just stimulate her skin, it awakens her emotions, her femininity, and her deepest longing for closeness. Step 3. The voice of emotional connection. If presence and touch are the body's languages, then words are the language of the soul. And here lies one of the most overlooked truths. For many women, emotional connection through words is the strongest doorway to physical desire. A woman's mind is deeply tied to her body. When her emotions are stirred, her body naturally follows. This is why the tone of your voice, the intention behind your words, and the depth of your conversations can awaken a desire in her that feels irresistible. A man who knows how to speak with both confidence and tenderness immediately sets himself apart. His voice carries calm assurance, not arrogance. His words are not just empty compliments, but expressions that make her feel truly understood. Saying, "You're beautiful," might please her for a moment, but telling her, "I love how your eyes light up when you talk about something you're passionate about," reaches a far deeper level. These kinds of observations tell her that you're not just seeing her body, you're seeing her essence. And when she feels seen at this level, her trust opens like a flower. And with trust comes desire. But emotional connection isn't only about flattery. It's about creating conversations that pull her into your world and invite her to open hers. When a man listens without judgment, asks thoughtful questions, and responds with genuine curiosity, it creates a safe space where she feels free to express her thoughts, dreams, and even vulnerabilities. This emotional safety is incredibly seductive, because once a woman feels emotionally naked with you, physical intimacy feels like the most natural next step. There is also a rhythm in how you use your voice. A calm, lower tone often feels grounding, almost magnetic, while a playful shift in tone during light-hearted moments can spark excitement. Silence, too, can be powerful. A pause after a meaningful statement lets the weight of your words sink in, creating a tension that feels electric. Ultimately, the voice of emotional connection does something no physical move ever could. It bonds her heart to yours. When she associates your voice with safety, excitement, and deep connection, she begins to crave more of you, not just your words, but your presence, your touch, and eventually your intimacy. A man who knows how to weave emotional connection into his interactions never needs to force desire. He becomes the man she longs to be close to, body and soul. Step 4. The confidence of gentle dominance. One of the deepest psychological triggers of desire for a woman is a man's ability to embody confidence without arrogance and strength without aggression. Women are naturally drawn to men who radiate security, direction, and certainty. They want to be controlled, but because it allows them to relax into their feminine energy. This balance, often called gentle dominance, creates a powerful dynamic where she feels both safe and excited at the same time. Gentle dominance is not about shouting, forcing, or demanding. It's the quiet authority in your posture, the certainty in your decisions, the way you guide without needing to prove yourself. When a man knows what he wants and communicates it calmly, it becomes magnetic. Women subconsciously test men to see if their confidence is genuine or fragile. A man who stands steady, even in the face of her doubts or playful challenges, awakens her respect and her desire. Think about how a simple gesture can change everything. Imagine you're walking together, and without saying much, you place your hand gently on the small of her back as you guide her through a crowded place. That single act conveys protection, leadership, and intimacy all at once. Or consider how you hold her hand firmly, not loosely, showing that you're intentional in claiming her presence. These gestures may look small from the outside, but psychologically, they create a powerful sense of security. And security is the foundation upon which passion can flourish. This kind of dominance also shows up in communication. A man who avoids endless hesitation and instead speaks with clarity, "Let's do this," or "I want to see you tonight," sets himself apart from the unsure, passive energy that often kills attraction. Women admire decisiveness because it signals strength, and strength, when combined with kindness, is undeniably sexy. But the gentle part is just as important as the dominance. True confidence never needs to shout. It doesn't need to crush or overpower. Instead, it makes space for her to feel free, cherished, and feminine. When she feels that a man can take the lead, yet still honor her feelings, she naturally lets go of control. And in letting go, she allows herself to desire him more openly, more intensely. At its core, gentle dominance is about polarity, the magnetic dance between masculine and feminine energy. When a man embodies this balance, intimacy doesn't feel forced. It feels inevitable. She doesn't just want to be with him. She longs to surrender to him, both emotionally and physically, because his presence reassures her that she's safe in his strength. And once she feels safe in his strength, her desire becomes unstoppable. And finally, step 5. The mystery of emotional anticipation. If there is one quality that separates ordinary attraction from irresistible, unforgettable desire, it is anticipation. Desire is not born from giving everything at once. It grows strongest in the spaces between, in the pauses, in the mystery that keeps her wondering what might happen next. A woman doesn't want a man who reveals all his cards immediately. She wants a man who knows how to build tension slowly, deliberately, until she feels consumed by the longing to close the distance between them. Emotional anticipation is about creating a dance between closeness and space. It's about showing her glimpses of your affection, your passion, your depth, and then pulling back just enough to make her crave more. For example, when you lean in close to whisper something in her ear, but let your breath linger just a moment longer before you speak, the silence becomes more powerful than the words. When you compliment her but do it in a way that feels thoughtful and specific rather than routine, she treasures it more deeply because it feels rare. The beauty of anticipation is that it engages her imagination. And for women, imagination is one of the most powerful pathways to arousal. When she doesn't fully know what you'll do next, her mind begins to paint its own pictures, and those pictures often become more intoxicating than reality itself. This is why men who understand the psychology of anticipation never struggle to attract women. They don't just touch her body, they awaken her fantasies. But anticipation is not just about physical closeness. It's also about emotional pacing. Instead of rushing to reveal every detail about yourself, you share pieces of your world gradually. You let her discover you layer by layer, like reading a book that keeps getting better with every chapter. The mystery of not knowing everything at once makes her curious, and curiosity is the seed of longing. Even in intimacy, anticipation is a game changer. A gentle pause before a kiss, a hand that hovers near her skin without touching, a playful smile that leaves her guessing what's on your mind. These small delays build tension until she can no longer resist. She doesn't just accept intimacy in these moments, she initiates it because the suspense has become too overwhelming. What makes anticipation so powerful is the psychological truth that the mind craves what it cannot fully grasp. When you give too much too soon, desire fades. But when you master the art of holding back just enough, desire multiplies. A woman doesn't just want a man who gives her everything at once. She wants a man who knows how to make every moment feel like the beginning of something greater. In the end, anticipation is the thread that ties together presence, touch, voice, and confidence. Without it, intimacy becomes predictable. With it, intimacy becomes unforgettable. And the man who understands this final secret never has to chase desire. Because she will already be leaning in, heart racing, longing for him to close the gap. Desire is not built on surface-level attraction. It is born from psychology, emotion, and energy. When a man knows how to be truly present, when he learns the subtle power of touch, when his words carry emotional depth, when his confidence radiates gentle dominance, and when he masters the art of anticipation, he transforms from being just another man into someone unforgettable. These 5 secrets are not tricks or manipulation. They are timeless principles of human connection. Women don't crave men who are perfect. They crave men who make them feel alive. They long for men who can awaken emotions they didn't even know were waiting beneath the surface. If you become that man, intimacy will never feel forced. It will flow naturally, passionately, and irresistibly. So ask yourself, Are you ready to embody these qualities? Are you ready to become the man whose presence makes her heart race, whose touch lingers in her memory, whose words echo in her mind, and whose mystery she can't resist? If you are, then the doors to deeper intimacy are already opening before you. If this video resonated with you, don't just keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, subscribe for more powerful insights into attraction and psychology, and tap the notification bell so you never miss the secrets that can completely transform your relationships. And in the comments below, share which of these 5 points you feel you need to master the most. I'd love to hear your thoughts and guide you further. Remember, attraction isn't about chasing. It's about becoming the kind of man she cannot help but desire. And that journey begins with you right here, right now.